Hello ladies and gentlemen, how are you? My name is Gerard Mugema. I'm the founder and CEO of BizBuy. Thank you very much for watching BizBuy. Then for those that haven't liked our page yet, our Facebook page, please go to facebook.com/BizBuy and like it. Then continue getting inspired. Now every week, me and my other entrepreneur friends sit down and have discussions about business and entrepreneurship. We talk about from how to start a business to how to manage a very successful business. Now, last week in particular, we were talking about the mistakes that young entrepreneurs make. Then we try to come up with ways how they can overcome some of these problems, or how they can avoid some of these mistakes. So we talked a lot about the mistakes, but then I decided to break them down into just 5. So I came up with a list of 5 mistakes that 5 common mistakes that young entrepreneurs make. Then now I'm going to talk to you about them, and then also try to show you how you can avoid some of these mistakes. We went through these mistakes when we were starting. We still go through some of them, but we thought it was wise to come out and talk to you about them. You might have already made some of them, but then those that you haven't made, at least you get a chance to know about them and see how to avoid them. Now I'm going to count from 5 to 1. Like yes, there are 5 mistakes, but we're going to begin with number 5. So the 5th mistake is hiring friends. Very many young entrepreneurs make a mistake of hiring people, not because they are very they are good at what they do, but just hire them because they are good friends. I'm not saying it's bad to hire a friend. It's good. Hire a friend, but hire them because they have a skill they're going to add to the business that you're starting. Don't just hire them because you grew up together and stuff. Otherwise, you're putting your business at a risk of putting out shoddy work. Okay, your clients don't want to know the relationship you have with your employees. All they need to know is quality work. So if you really care about your business, think about how you recruit. Hire people because they can do a good job for you. If you have a web design company, hire an excellent website developer. If you have a good friend that is a website developer, go for him. Let him do them for you. Let him take that job up. But if you don't have one, please don't think about hiring a friend just because he has an idea about developing websites. Okay, so yeah, that's number 5. The 5th mistake: please don't hire people just because they're your friends. Hire people because they have a skill they can add to your business. The 4th mistake that young entrepreneurs make is they are unwilling to reposition and change goalposts, even when it requires them to do so. Like for example, imagine one started say a photo studio. Okay, then you get to notice that in your photo studio, you get a good number of clients that come around that also want video coverage. So many young entrepreneurs don't really adjust very fast to understand what the market wants. Like in that case, a very smart entrepreneur or immediately start thinking about how to offer that video coverage service. So yeah, many young entrepreneurs don't adjust immediately. So my advice to the entrepreneurs is that watch the market, see what your clients need. You might have something that you're already focusing on. Fine, that's good, but then try to watch the market very closely and see if something comes through and it requires you to change the way you do things, or add in a few more services. Please do that because that's what your clients want. Okay, so be willing to watch the market, then adjust accordingly. Adjust, or even when it requires you to reposition your goalposts, please do that. It's for the good of your business. Third one is, and this is very, very important. Very many young entrepreneurs want to do everything all by themselves. We think that we can be our own accountant, we can be our own managers, we can be our own secretaries. Fine, we could be able to do all the things, but then I think to help you get to concentrate on your on building your business, to concentrate on thinking for the business, being the brain behind the business, getting these new ideas, incubating them, one has got to get a team of people. Okay, a team that is going to help you, a team that is going to help you do the things the business is supposed to do. Get a secretary if you can afford. You can try to do everything yourself if you don't have enough financing and everything. But as soon as you get money and you can part with a few shillings, then you really need to consider hiring people to help you do some of the things. Okay, okay, let me give you this example. Imagine you arrange your own meetings, you're a manager, then you do, say if it's a web design company, you develop websites, all this all by yourself. So now imagine you weren't doing this website yourself. Imagine there was somebody that was in charge of developing them. Plus also imagine you had somebody that was in charge of scheduling your meetings and making sure you have material for the meetings and everything. How much more time would don't you think you would have enough time to think about how to grow your business? Enough time to think about how to bring on board more clients for your business, instead of think about how do I develop this website and the rest. So think about, try to avoid wanting to do everything yourself. If you don't have anybody else to help you out, then fine, you can do it, but just know it's not good, it's not healthy, and it can very easily lead your business into problems. Yeah. So I know somebody out there is asking, I can't afford to pay a secretary. I can't afford to, I'm a website developer myself. Why would I bring on board somebody that develops websites to do the websites? Fine, that's a valid question. But then what you need to do is, as an entrepreneur, you need to learn how to manage. You might not have the money to pay these people for the beginning, but then talk to them. Tell them what the direction in which you want this business to go. Talk to them, show them that if this business grows, they are part of it. You could even sell a few shares to them to make them feel like they are part of the business. That you don't necessarily need to give them cash. Just make sure they're comfortable, they understand your cause, and they can work together. That's all that you need. So the issue of paying them is fine, important, but not very important. You can find a way of going around it as a smart entrepreneur. So yes, avoid doing everything yourself. If you can hire a few people to do some work for you, please do that. Then concentrate on management plus building your business. Number 2 is we fail to focus. I think I would love, if I went out to buy something, say a computer. In most cases, I prefer buying this computer from a shop or a store that sells strictly computers, because there I know that they have more experience when it comes to computer, plus they concentrate on bringing in the best computers. There might be companies or other stores that sell computers, sell clothes, sell foods and everything, and they might be selling very good quality computers. But then as Gerard, I feel somebody that focuses is in a better position to give me a better quality product. okay? Because that's something that they do. That is their line of business. It's strictly that, and that's the product I want. So I know they've gone through, you know, they have experiences about that particular product, so they can best advise me in case I need any advice, or give me a best deal, a good deal, just because that's the line that they take. Okay. Plus, I really prefer going out to places that I don't know about you, but I think you feel more comfortable. Imagine you went to a clinic that sells bread. Okay, imagine they were right next to each other. One sells medicines, then some bread. The other sells strictly bread. Which one would you go to? So yes, that's how you should treat your business too. Try to focus. Concentrate on something that you do well. If you're into graphics and design, do graphics and design. Don't start graphics and design thing, then later on go into tours and travel with the same business name, you know, because otherwise you won't. Very few, yes, there are those that will trust you and give you good business, but then not many people really want to go and get a service from companies that do very many things. Okay, so yes, think about focusing. Concentrate on a service that you offer, on a certain service that you can offer, and make sure you offer it well. Okay, so yes, then number one, many young entrepreneurs think that age really matters in business. That is something that I first put aside when I was just starting out as an entrepreneur. Age doesn't matter. For as long as you're in business, age doesn't count. If you went into, say, you're bidding for a job, nobody wants to know how old you are. How long you've been in business, yes, matters, can matter, but then your age as an entrepreneur doesn't really count. Many young entrepreneurs think that they can afford to make some mistakes. Thinking that they're young, please don't ever think that you're not old enough to do business. The mere fact that you started that business means you're old enough. So you need to be doing things the way Sudhir, the likes of Sudhir, the likes of Patrick, Peter Ture, those are people that I admire very much here in Uganda. So for as long as you're in business, you've got to think like they think, because they're entrepreneurs, they're business people. They keep thinking about growing their businesses. That is something that you're also doing. So stop thinking that you're young. Stop thinking that you still have a lot of time to grow and everything. Treat your business like it's already at that level. Those very successful businesses. So you really shouldn't afford to play around with it. So yeah, you're old enough and you can build a very successful business at that age. So yes, there are very many other mistakes that young entrepreneurs make, but then these are the very common ones, and if one avoided this, then they will most definitely avoid these are the most important, so they would have avoided the most serious mistakes. So some of us have gone through these already, and we found ways of maneuvering through them. Some of you have also suffered, have gone through have made the same mistakes, and some have gone through them successfully. Others have had bad experiences. So yes, follow this and you'll be in a better position to build a successful business, with less setbacks than some of us suffered. So yes, continue watching Be Inspired and you'll be inspired. Thank you very much.